Welcome to Spore Minutes, your pocket-sized podcast for all things mushroom. From gourmet recipes to medicinal wonders, we're diving into the world of fungi with news, tips, and stories to inspire your mycelial journey. I'm your host, Tatrina, your mushroom enthusiast and local mushroom farmer, here to share some nature wisdom, one spore at a time. Let's grow together. What's my favorite mushroom? That keeps coming up all the time. What is my favorite mushroom? Well, we can't talk about that mushroom on air today, but I'm going to go to my second favorite mushroom. And that's going to be the blue oyster mushroom. Actually, since that started me on my journey, the blue oyster mushroom is definitely going to be up there. And most flavorful mushroom is going to be the lion's mane. And the most interesting tasting mushroom to me is definitely going to be the pioppino and or chestnut. Those are some interesting tasting mushrooms to me. The easiest mushroom to grow is definitely going to be the oyster. The most aggressive oyster is going to be the pink oyster mushroom. So if you want to start and you want to have some success in growing mushrooms, definitely start with the blue oyster or the pink oyster mushroom. They are very hardy, very easy, and definitely an aggressive mushroom to grow. And so the most medicinally important mushroom to me, I'm going to stick with turkey tail and red reishi in regards to medicinal mushrooms. Those two mushrooms are definitely powerhouses. They're not the only one, but they are a powerhouse in regards to the medicinal benefits to them. And having those in your apothecary cabinet, to me, is a must. So the turkey tail mushrooms are one that they are calling chemo compatible. That mushroom is definitely a gift to individuals that are fighting cancer. I would definitely recommend that you put some research into that. And if you know someone, gift them as much turkey tail as possible. Reishi mushroom, red reishi mushroom is another one that females, 40 and over that are going through the change of life, definitely look into that mushroom. It's going to be a game changer for you. It promotes rest. It also brings down anxiety and stress. It's an anti-inflammatory, antiviral, and is another one that you should have introduce into your apothecary cabinet. And those mushrooms, the best way to take the mushroom, that's another one. What's the best way to incorporate these medicinal mushrooms into your diet? I'm always going to lean towards a tincture. The tincture is able to enter the system, able to get into the body quicker, able to give you the relief that you need faster. You can use a capsule. It will take you a little bit longer to have this particular mushroom and the effects of the mushrooms into the body. But the tincture is always the best for me. Anyway, the tincture is always the best. If you're looking for a great source, you can visit our website at thepurplemushroom.com, and we have those products on our website. So before I get out of here, I want to let y'all know I'm going to bring to you some cool mushroom news. So we already heard that, mushrooms are great communicators and that they send these signals via hyphae or mycelial web connections in the ground and speak to one another. But now we have 50 words, 50 documented words that these mushrooms are chit-chatting, and they chat with each other more after rain, which makes sense because after a good rain, we see more mushrooms pop up along the way. But study, research, we have some concrete evidence that mushrooms are chatting with one another after a strong rain. Research shows that these mushrooms have at least 50 identifiable words. Now, what are the words? We don't know. But we know that these signals are being sent to and fro based on certain species of mushrooms, and that they really get to talking after a good hard rain. So I want to know what y'all think. What do you think these mushrooms could actually be discussing during that time. You know, they talking about how they feel about this tree, or, you know, where they want to pop up, or whatever the mushrooms may be discussing. But I wanted to share with you that their new studies are showing that mushrooms all, you know, we already know they have their language, but now we understand that we have 50 identifiable words. So I think that's cool news. You know, I think it's awesome that we're getting more in tune with our mushrooms and what they are trying to say to us. And I'm sure they'll have some cool stuff to say. I mean, really. But thank y'all. This is, you know, me sharing with you some cool mushroom news. So I will be back with more Spore Minutes and answering some of your questions that you have online in regards to how we do things, or what we're doing here at the Purple Mushroom, our indoor urban mushroom farm. And yes, we're located in Columbia, South Carolina, and we grow gourmet mushrooms all year long. So don't be afraid to drop me a line, follow, share, review, all that good stuff. And until next time, thanks for spending a few Spore Minutes with me today. If you love what you heard, be sure to subscribe, share, and leave a review. Stay curious, stay grounded, and until next time, keep growing one mushroom at a time.